Being slightly loud. We're continuing the arcade single streak. Hopefully, maybe 500 today. Maybe. The way this always works, I do like to try and not have to actually time the stop with this team. The timing of the stop 2 weeks ago wasn't great. But yeah, we'll see. This guitarist. It's a pretty good game one. The main thing to avoid is just the square where I get given an item, because I don't want to end up with a choice item. That has happened before. Feels like that is the main way to lose. So yeah, the game isn't completely straightforward just because Bronzong can interrupt Garchomp. And then specifically Electivire 1 or 2 can be a problem for Suicune and Blissey. But it should be quite easy in relative terms. Yeah, the main goal of this is going to be not to get the item square, and remembering that the automatic stop is 2 tiles past whatever it starts on. It looks like it's starting on this square, which means it's automatically going to stop on the berry, which is a very good square. Berries are strictly upsides. There is no downside to me getting a berry. Yeah, it's only Suicune that would get real use out of that, but it's fine. So Tobias is actually always set 4. So we know it's Magnezone 4, Electivire 4, and Bronzong 4. I'm still not going to Swords Dance. Manifesting no choice items, exactly. So a Flash Cannon crit has a small chance to kill Garchomp. So not going to risk that. Bronzong comes out. I just have to make sure that Garchomp stays alive. Obviously Electivire doesn't actually have its Shocker Berry as well. That's another thing to remember. You know, maybe I should have saved the Potato Berry. Strictly speaking, I should rest, because Tobias specifically is a very good opponent to face. I'm going to put him back in the pool. It's only a 1% chance I would see him again anyway, but... why not? Fisherman? Yeah, this isn't a great matchup. Don't like seeing Lapras. Quagsire can be a bit of a problem too. The reason why Quagsire isn't too bad is because Blissey does handle it. Just got to be careful of what set it is, and the fact that it could be water absorbed means that Suicune doesn't get a free setup on it. But most of the concern is Lapras. Just wondering if I'm actually going to switch to Blissey on Quagsire before I even scout its move. Probably not. Probably do want to see what it has at least. Looks like it's here. It was one of these two. Probably should stop this, to be honest. It's Berry once again. Okay. Fishing and Moo Moo Milk. This guy can definitely beat any set. The HP on Garchomp is actually fairly important. If I substitute to scout the Quagsire move, I am dead to a Muddy Water crit, for example. Could also be dead to an Earthquake crit. Admittedly, against Lapras, it's not quite as bad. I would survive Outrage still. And I'm probably not using Garchomp against Gastrodon. Okay, it is set 4. Because the Lapras I'm most scared of is going to be set 2, I am gonna go Blissey and take this slow. If this freezes, I will have to go Suicune. No. So I'm gonna try and make sure I'm I was gonna say I'm gonna try and make sure I don't get crit, but I suppose I can wait out the Earthquake PP. Earthquake is only 10 PP. It will then start behaving randomly. Behaving randomly can mean that it could Ice Punch, but I think that's safer than risking Earthquake critting. Because if Earthquake crit right now, I would be forced to go back to Garchomp and probably use Outrage. And from there it is possible to lose. Whereas using Softball is only risky if Quagsire gets back-to-back crits, basically. So it hasn't crit me. I'm still going to heal because Waterfall crit probably does do around 200 as well. Don't be deceived by the HP bar. Quagsire 4 is 202 HP total. It's going to survive 2 Seismic from here. I'd like to be at full HP. Or close to it. There's the crit. The Softball PP thing being this low might matter if it is a special set coming out next. The bias here is towards a physical set. So the fact that Lapras has come out does mean that it's slightly more likely to be Lapras 1 or 3. Since they do hit Blissey significantly harder. It's actually very unlikely to be Lapras 2. Because Gastrodon obviously has... All of Gastrodon's set have strong moves, and Sheer Cold is a special move in the AI switching calcs. So yeah, what do I want to do against Lapras 1 or 3? The major concern obviously would be Lapras 3, however Garchomp still outspeeds it at +2. And if it is Lapras 1, I can quite easily Hidden Power Electric it. On top of that, if it is Lapras 3, it does not actually have Lum Berry. Okay. I am going to Thunder Wave. There is no downside to using Thunder Wave. At +1, it probably does out damage the healing. I could keep Blissey alive for Gastrodon. Doesn't feel completely necessary. I'm a little bit worried about Gastrodon 3. However, the fact that Lapras came in first means it can't be Gastrodon 3 because Earthquake does more damage on the power check. In fact, it can't be Gastrodon 1 or 3. It has to be 2 or 4. Which is also another reason to keep Blissey around. However, I think there is more reason to make sure that we don't risk additional setup. It's gone for the Zen Headbutt. That is going to kill. It is an option. I could Outrage here. It probably does kill. There's probably a decent chance it survived 2 Hidden Power Electric. At this HP, it's going to get a single Calm Mind in. It's going to Dragon Dance. That's fine. I know that because I know that Gastrodon is special, I don't need more than +1, because after I hit it with Surf, Outrage is always going to kill, even if it is Gastrodon 4, which is the bulkiest one possible. Yeah, it could be Storm Drain, but Storm Drain doesn't actually block the damage in Gen 4. Actually, rather would have killed me there than activated the berry like that. Anyway. It's important not to lose. The cameraman. The thing about music is, because it's the arcade, it's really important that I'm playing on regular game speed on emulator. So the reason why I'm streaming with in-game music on this stream is because of that, because it's easier to verify that I'm playing the arcade roulette at ×1 speed, because it would be very cheaty for me to reduce the game speed, which I could do on the roulette. Okay, what was I saying? This is a very straightforward game. Let's take as a HP down scrap. I can actually take HP down. It's fine. Hypno 3 isn't actually a threat. So I don't mind taking the damage reduction. What would be annoying is if it's Bronzong 4 as well. Just close your eyes and click. The the HP down is slightly annoying. It does mean that Raichu 2 actually kills me with a crit focus punch. And Raichu 3 would potentially kill me with a crit focus blast. The reason why it matters, I'm wondering what would I... The real question is what I would do if Hypno came out second. I probably am going Suicune in that scenario every time. Even the harder cards. Well, congrats on the record again, Ciso. So Ciso got the factory singles level 50 world record today. For everyone who didn't know, go and follow Ciso. Because he's going to play doubles now. It is Hypno. I've got to go. I've got to go Suicune. Interesting. Okay. It is quite likely to be 2 and not 1. Because Hypno 1 would rather use Trick Room than Hypnosis, typically. I think I'm just going to Paralyze. I'm just thinking about what to do if it is Hypno 2. Okay, it is Hypno 2. I've got 2 major options here. I think what I'm going to do is T-Wave and then go Garchomp. Suicune being asleep for Bronzong might matter. Okay, it's failed the move. I'm actually going to use Aromatherapy in that case. And I want to stay in. Because I do want to be put to sleep. A natural cure. So it can't sleep me as I switch to Garchomp. That's perfect. Worst thing it can do is crit Drain Punch, which does almost no damage to Garchomp anyway. I don't want to play the guessing game on Levitate. The Crest lead is awkward. It's also awkward because I'm not sure how much I value Garchomp, given what's in the back. Obviously, Garchomp versus Zapdos is a good matchup, but Garchomp versus Regice isn't. Cresselia is only bad if it is Cresselia 4. I probably am leading off with Substitute then. Lissy does handle Crest 4 okay. It's just a very, very boring matchup with Moonlight. Luckily, Moonlight only has 5 PP. The game is significantly simpler if I keep Garchomp around for Zapdos, so I think I am going to do that. But I need to be careful on this roulette. I don't have the kind of flexibility I normally do. I want to particularly avoid something like Burn or Poison. It would be very annoying to play this match under those conditions. I'm pretty sure that's the enemy team gets frozen. Regice can't be frozen because it's an ice type, so if it tries to freeze Regice, it will accidentally redirect into one of the other two. I could be wrong. It could be the square before or after, but sleep isn't too bad. Even if it's Crest 4, I'll have time to activate Natural Cure, and if it isn't Blissey that's asleep, then I can just use Aromatherapy. I'm feeling cranky today. So the most likely thing it will do on turn 1 is obviously use Psychic. It is a Bit of an open question what I do against Psychic. It does go for it. I don't really beat Crest free. It's not impossible for it to be Crest 2 as well. I'm hoping it's Crest 1. Could be any. What does Barbara say? She's the sweetie one, isn't she? I'm gonna go Blissey. Worst case scenario, it's Crest 2. Okay, it's Crest 3. That's too much damage. I'm actually not going to stall this out. I am just going to Seismic it down because I don't want it to get Charge Beam boost once it's out, and Energy Ball can still break the Garchomp sub. The drop is really annoying. There's the crit. I really don't want Crest to be at -1 special defense and for Regice to come in. I'm not sure if that's better or worse than Suicune getting hit, though. Suicune does not have to respond to Zapdos, but it might have to respond to Regice. I guess I am staying in. Not pleased about it. So I'd very much like Regice to come out, not Zapdos. Okay. A major concern is thinking about Regice 3, which has Rest. Not that worried about Regice 2, but maybe I want to Seismic Toss before T-Wave. Have you lost to this team before? I have lost to this team up before, yeah. It's I think I lost to Donphan. Donphan is the Fang set. Donphan is difficult. I think I'm just gonna Seismic. The good thing about Regice 2 is it is very likely to use Hammer Arm, because Hammer Arm always gets a +1 score at lower HP. Okay, Double Team is confirming. Let me remind myself of the Curse AI. Yeah, it is pretty likely. The good thing about Regice is the fact that Hammer Arm is the strongest move against Blissey and Suicune, and therefore also getting +1. It is pretty unlikely. I just want to get it. I just want to hit it again so it doesn't double team too much. It's rather unlikely it would use that, actually. Okay, Hammer Arm will now kill. This is probably the worst sequence of events for it to be at +3. Suicune should still beat this. I would like to hit another Seismic. It's quite a big deal for the +1 serve kill. Wait, he used Curse again? I don't like Warelord 4. The Quick Claw Fissure is a nightmare. Surely it's gonna hammer him. Okay. So was I really that wrong about the calc? I'm shocked Blissey survived. Okay. And I hit. That could have gone wrong. That was a dodgy battle, actually. Yeah, this is an awkward one. I'm not. This team does not like facing Leafeon. I'm probably gonna have to go for the full Suicune setup. Problem is that Suicune doesn't always one-shot Amphi 2 at +6. But I am going to have to go for the full Suicune setup. I need to be outside of Leaf Blade range as well. God, does snow help me or not? That is... makes Blizzard perfectly accurate for Vaporeon 2. Vaporeon 3, rather. Hail probably does help me more than it hurts. The downside of Hail is that Leafeon versus Blissey becomes dicier. Like Adamant Leaf Blade with Hail chip included probably is a 2-shot. Or at least a 2-shot roll. There's another complicating factor here, which it could be Vaporeon 1. Oh. I could quite easily lose this. It would not surprise me if I do lose this. They're all going to use their ice move. It doesn't matter which set it is. They're always going to do an ice beam or a blizzard. Didn't get frozen. It is good news. So set 2 is going to Rain Dance almost certainly. Yeah, I need to be careful about set 1. The best thing I could do against set 1 is Calm Mind, though. Okay. That is set 1. Because set 4 would use Shadow Ball. I'm pretty sure the Baton Pass AI, it checks for more than +2. It checks for +3, doesn't it? Yes. I've got a few turns before the 70% check kicks in. That's not great. It's gonna be baton passing on turn 5. And it's obviously going to be baton passing to Ampharos. Can't do anything about that. I can at least be at plus... I can be at +4 special defense. The problem is I'm taking chip. The other problem is it might be Ampharos 2. Ironically, Ampharos 2 being the threat is quite funny. Alternatively, I could attack next turn. Okay. I am very concerned about Leafeon at this point. The reason it's always going to be Ampharos is because Ampharos and Leafeon both have a super effective move. And they both have the same type matchup against Suicune, but obviously Ampharos is first in the party order. So there's no RNG about what's swapping in. I could just Hidden Power Electric here. It could be Amphi 4. Perhaps I do need to set up on Ampharos anyway with Garchomp. I think I'm gonna rest. I'm quite likely to be asleep when Ampharos comes in, but I'll be asleep at a much higher HP. That crit really sucks. Oh no. Yeah, Baton Pass is at +0. So Surf and Baton Pass at +0. It's not going to want Acid Armor anymore. It's a 50-50. This is uncomfortable. I really wanted Suicune to be alive for Leafeon, but I'm gonna Hidden Power. Interesting. I'm probably always using Swords Dance. I don't care if it gets a Charge Beam boost. I think I am going to use Rest. Okay, it's Ampharos 1. That is actually by far the best case scenario for me. I can keep Suicune alive. Do I want to keep Suicune alive? It probably doesn't matter at this point. I'm not guaranteed to kill set 3 or 4, but even if they survive, they're dead to hail. Okay, I'm also glad I survived that one. Really slow first set of games, but... Okay, so it's pretty sure this is a set-free trainer. Metagross. I'm pretty sure it is set-frees all around, which is very good news. That's game speed up. I'm going to go for these two. Tobias is going to come back. Yeah, it's Alfred. It's set free. The fact he's burned... I do know Metagross is coming out second. I could just outrage. It is better not to. That is true, Ciso. He does. That's a massive crit. He did his best with those crits. This is a breeder. Which is a good thing here, because Glaceon is another Pokemon I'm slightly scared of. At least this Werelord doesn't have a Quick Claw. Sunny Day, I'll take that. It does prevent Blizzard freezing Blissey. God, am I even going Blissey though? I think I'm actually going Suicune against Werelord. If Blissey gets hit by Fissure, that would be bad. Yeah, let's think about this. Let's assume that Fissure hits Suicune on turn 2. I would HP Electric, and then I would be forced to Outrage Werelord. Glaceon would come out. It would get hit by Outrage. Because it's sunny, Glaceon can't freeze Blissey, which means that Blissey does win at the end, unless Overheat crit in Sun kills Blissey, which it would. So I'm actually a little bit scared of Magmortar in Sun if I am doing the line where Garchomp is at risk. I mean, I guess in that scenario, I would quad substitute and force Werelord to hit the Blizzards. Is there a better plan than that? Because I don't like risking Suicune. Suicune in Sun is so good against Glaceon. The problem is that Seismic Toss into Outrage doesn't kill. I guess I could substitute first. Let's hit one Blizzard. Another factor is the fact that if I switch to Suicune on Blizzard, then pressure kicks in. You would only have 2 left. Hydro Pump can break the sub, obviously. Warlord 4, yeah, it's... Okay, it's missed. Actually, that is immediately GG. Everyone loves Fisher. Okay, we got through the game. Need to pick up the pace if we're going to hit 500 today. We're probably not going to hit 500 today. That's the reality of it. I'm pretty sure it's actually a Dragon Tamer. I don't know if any... No, there's no Ace Trainer of that set of Pokemon, I'm pretty sure. Not a lot to say about this one. It's actually not too bad. I just don't want to get a choice item from the roulette. Poison. I mean, that's an amazing outcome. Obviously, Marvel Scare is activated, but that's fine. Because I'm switching out Garchomp anyway. I think I should always be fine. Blissey or Suicune should always be alive to deal with Latios at the end. Even if it is Rampardos 4. And obviously, the reason that matters is the fact that they could do it. So, the nightmare scenario would be, I don't know, Milo 4, Latios 3, Rampardos 4. Yeah, it's Harvey. Okay. Does slightly matter which one I switch to. I would rather face Latios 3 with Blissey, which makes it better to go Suicune now. That's a pretty big crit. I don't kill, but I want to attack anyway. It's going to use Recover, I think. Am I out? I feel like I am out damaging you. I definitely am. Okay. I'm just gonna kill it. I guess there's a new thing to consider, which is it could be Rampardos 3 into Latios 3, because those both tie in the switching decision here. Yeah. I won't actually know what the Latios set is now. It is Psychic. It was Latios 3. Do you know what? Because it was Latios 3, it also must have been Rampardos 3. That's quite funny. Fortunately, Latios 3 is forced to use Psychic on Blissey, so it can't hacks it. So a crit special defense drop into another crit wouldn't actually kill me. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit uncomfortable. Is that another breeder? Pretty sure it is. Yeah, Sun is really nice. It prevents Starmie 4 from getting an Ice Beam freeze on the switch. Sun isn't nice for Suicune versus Bronzong, which is a matchup that might happen. There's not another good safe square, though. Yeah. It's Antonia. I'm actually wondering if I should go Suicune now. The problem with going Suicune now is that Thunderbolt crit does kill Suicune. Bronzong is always in second, which is actually what I want, right? The tooth. If it wasn't Sunny Day, I would switch. Nice crit. I'm gonna attempt. That was gonna happen. I should have attacked a bit earlier. Anyway. It does not matter. Freedom. It's another set 4 trainer, I'm pretty sure. Tiny bit scared of Glalie. Looks like it's roulette speed down. That's a good square. There is a nice little duo here, but I'm a bit scared of this. I'm gonna let it run. I'm pretty sure I'm going to Swords Dance on turn 1 here. It's that or go Suicune. I guess I'm going Suicune. It's kind of boring though. I'm obviously dead to a seed bomb crit here, but I can't do much about that. If this does crit, I'm actually in quite big trouble. Okay, good. The only reason this game is complicated is the fact that if I do outrage, it can slightly backfire. It's possible for me to get a free turn outrage and for Registeel free to come out. But I guess if it's Registeel free, I'm not actually scared of losing anymore. In some ways, the worst case scenario is instead a free turn outrage into Entei critting Garchomp. Still, I can't imagine it's correct to switch out of Zapdos. Okay, good. Do I Sword Stance because of that? The worst thing that could happen here is Registeel 2 comes out. But even against Registeel 2, I'll easily put it below 70% with a +2 outrage. It's Entei. Okay, this game is over. I am going to rescue. It was a cool team. I think it's very difficult to play that team. You've got to do a lot of counting. The non-Dark Void teams are significantly easier to play. This is a nasty game. I am forced out on turn 1 for sure. I'm a bit worried about Latias 1. It's a toss-up whether or not sleep was better than HP down, but the reason why I think sleep is better is the additional time it gives me, and the fact that even if Latias isn't asleep, the fact that something in the back is does mean that I can plan around it. Okay, Latias is asleep. I'm actually just gonna outrage. I don't want to risk Swords Dance. I suppose I could substitute. I know I could. I'm gonna substitute. My god, it's Latias free. It's faster. That's so scary. Yeah, then wake up. I'm so glad I didn't Swords Dance. Is certain that it's Regice, right? There's no other option. Yeah, Regice 2 doesn't understand Avalanche kills because it doesn't understand that it gets double power. It only calculates it as if it's 60 power. It is very nice. I hit both. Well, in that case, I'm going to save Garchomp. Regice 2 does stand out when it appears because it does stick around for a while. Latias 3 is a very nice set to get. Okay. Yeah, of course, Suicune beats Zapdos. That makes sense. What is that team? No. Very awkward. I definitely have to save Garchomp for Gallade. Oh my god, do I go Blissey against Heracross? This is so weird. Oh, maybe I have to stay in. Maybe I have to stay in against Heracross, actually. Maybe it is just Swords Dance. I'm in a lot of trouble if it's Heracross 2 that uses Bulk Up, right? Oh no, this is not good. Do I even want to burn? I mean, they're obviously guts. I think I'm gonna burn them. Or not. Okay. That was a really bad time to misdive it. It does mean that Surf 2 shots Heracross. Unless it is Heracross 2. This could go badly wrong. Do you know what? I'm actually glad I didn't burn them. I mean, I can actually substitute. There's no reason for me not to substitute, except... No, there's no reason for me not to substitute. If I'm staying in with Garchomp, the only reason not to substitute is if I'm going to switch. And I don't think I'm going to switch. It would be Suicune or... It would be Suicune or substitute. I'm just very worried about Gallade. if Garchomp goes down. It's Megahorn, so it's not Heracross 2. Yeah, just don't crit me. That should be GG. Doesn't matter. If it had used close combat, I would have been very tempted to outrage immediately. But Heracross 2 probably would have used Bulk Up anyway. I'm a little bit scared of the Lopunny 4 lead, actually. Okay, it's over. I actually don't mind if they are, if that is a Guts Hariyama. UT Becky. Lopunny 3 is faster. I do survive the Ice Beam. Well, I probably survive it. Okay. No surprises there. I always knew Blissey was better than Hariyama 3. Yeah, it was meant to go slightly differently. Yeah, they're all coming out. Cresselia, is this going to be Regice again? Regice 2 plus Latias 3 would be pretty cursed. That's Sandstorm. That's very lucky for me. That is very lucky for me. It's particularly useful against Regice 2. I don't think I can lose this. Don't think it's possible. I am going to scout for set 4. Same as last time. Okay, it has to be set 1. I do Oko at +4, so I'll just go for that. Does leave me open to Latias 3. However, if it is Latias 3, it can't. Okay. Can't get through Blissey in this scenario anyway, after Sunny Day. Yeah, well, as his roster goes, it can get much worse than that. Could have been Heracross, etc. again. Rain is actually the tile I would pick anyway. I haven't had to stop it much today. It's mostly the first game which I'm concerned about in terms of the roulette. It is Glade first, but I'm happy to outrage. It's a bit of a weird one. Spelling Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan. There is no great answer to Machamp 3. There is never any fantastic answer. I probably do just go for it. There's no real downside to using Substitute to scout. The problem is I kind of want Garchomp for Moltres. In case it is Moltres 2. I don't trust Moltres not to crit Blissey and Sunny Day. Hail does help me. It definitely does. Go away, Windows. Yeah, Hail means that if it is Machamp 1, 3 or 4, I have the option of substituting down and making sure that Outrage kills. Honestly, in that scenario, I'd probably just go Suicune though, because I'd be getting the free shot with Surf against Machamp 3, which is the big concern. It's also good news for Moltres 2 because it means that Moltres 2 will be forced to use Sunny Day. I mean, low-key, why am I actually using Substitute on turn 1? If I swap to Suicune, even if I swap Suicune into a cross-chop crit, does that really change anything? Because I'd still just be... I take the Surf Outrage kill in that case anyway. What is slightly concerning, ironically... It should always be Hitmonchan in as well if it's Garchomp out. That should be fine. It is God. It is Machamp too. Okay. In that case, I'll just deny it the boosted revenge. That's not Calm Mind. Why do I always think Calm Mind is slot 2? I don't kill it +2. It is in outrage range at least. Yeah, I'll kill now for certain. It's funny how you just know that it's gonna be the worst set. Me playing Hall learning about Iron Fist. Is that a collector? I actually really don't want to face... Well, I don't know if it is yet. Actually really don't want to face these set ones. Set 1 is obviously rare. Paralysis does help me a lot. No, T-Tar 1 is very awkward. I'm not guaranteed to kill it, obviously. It is very awkward to potentially lose Suicune as well. To a crit payback. It's Newman. So it is set 1. I just don't like this because Curse is possible on turn 1. That is much better for me. Thank you for being the most amazing bait move in the entire facility. Curse. I see no reason not to attack. Got half a mind to sack Blissey. I think it's over anyway. Okay, I don't need to substitute that down then. So waiter. What's the name? There's another trainer class that shares the sprite. I think it is Reader, right? Oh no. No, it's not. It's. We have this every time. I'll put in Porygon 24. It's so funny how that works. It does matter a lot if it's a breeder or a waiter, though. I would much rather face set twos, which is the waiter. I don't want to face the breeder here. One of the few sins that Garchomp commits is it does give away the download boost. I mean... I really hope this is the waiter. Yes! Yes! Okay. Also trace. Also trace? Question mark. Okay, not perfect. It's definitely Heracross in next. I would like to kill this while Trick Room is up, and I think I need to Seismic for that. Go on, you know you want to... I'm a little bit uncomfortable with Tangrowth last when Lissy's dead. I guess I am always going to be switching to Suicune in that case. I'd rather not have the double KO. There's too much upside if I crit now. It is worth it, I think. Okay, that's a fairly big mistake, Heracross. Just about. It's definitely dead to hail, obviously. If it wasn't hailing, I'd definitely go Garchomp first. I probably still am going to go Garchomp first. I'm a bit concerned about double team. AI played that endgame surprisingly well. Should be quite easy. I'm fairly certain this is a set 4 trainer. I'm fairly certain it's a breeder. Should be very easy. Yeah, the sun definitely makes it easier. Actually, it is slightly annoying that Slowbo doesn't surf Blissey. That is a bit annoying because special defense drops definitely do exist. I would normally just S-toss. I can't kill you in a number of turns below 5 anyway, though. I don't think I'll ever need the PP. Yeah. The scope lens. Oh no, it's the ice trainer start. Could be worse. It could get a lot worse than this. Leader. You don't think it's Opal and her expensive coat? Yeah, the Slowbro did get a special defense drop with Psychic. Not a lot to say about this, except for the fact that Sun might not necessarily be good because of Mamoswine. Hail. No, not Hail. Oh. Okay, nice, got it. I was just thinking that the Trick Room wouldn't be so bad. It would make Dugong faster than Blissey, but that's not too bad. So with the level up, I don't need to worry about sheer cold, which is a big deal. Turns Articuno from threatening into free. Arguably, I don't even really need Garchomp anymore. Opal's just the one I always remember. I feel like Opal's the flag bearer. Like, I would rather have Suicune for Mamoswine anyway. Okay, it's set 1. That's actually GG. About youngster Colby. That's probably the easiest ice trainer fight I've ever had. Ooh, I might actually reach 500 with the time remaining. Poker fan. I miss Tristan. Okay, the berry is also good luck. This is over in that case. Cramble's not doing anything. Worst thing that could happen is a crit close combat into Lissy. The Lumberry. Very unlikely to be used. That's Eudora. Oh my god. I can't believe I got that wrong. My mind did think... I'm not gonna think of an excuse for that, actually. It's embarrassing. Could just attack now. It will be Star up to him next because of Giga Impact. Yeah, I can just attack now. Ooh, the crit makes it slightly more interesting. Pretty sure it is a set free trainer. I can't let it be that. The bottom row is a fantastic target. One of a kind. It's Austin. The Sandstorm boost won't let Armado free survive Outrage into Surf, so this is very simple. Don't mess around with the Pokemon that has a setup move. It is guaranteed to be Armado. Giga Impact is a move that very commonly wins the Switch in decisions. It's going to Earthquake. And I take less than half. And even if it crits, I survive. And this is very over. Am I going to get a free turn? No. Oh, I've got a Lumberry. I've forgotten. Earthquake's probably a range. So what is so arcadey about this mode? The fact that the arcade has the roulette, which you have to stop, and things can go very badly wrong. Picnicker, that's set 4. This is a particularly disgusting team. The arcade is actually fairly difficult, but this team is very, very good. So basically, yeah, if you're new to the arcade, let's activate the game board. The game board's going to spin. There's going to be 16 tiles that it's going to scan through, and I'm going to stop it on 1, or it's going to automatically stop on 1. And, you know, it can be a weather effect, it can be swap teams, it can be items, it can be one team gets paralyzed. We'll see. So it automatically stops from where it started, so it's going to stop on this, which is the burn tile, which is good for me. I'm happy to take the burn tile. The best tile in this board is probably this, which is the speed down. It means that arcade roulette is easier to stop later on. I might actually go for that, actually. Yeah, it's too late. Yeah, and then this is Sandstorm, this is Trick Room, this is the enemy gets put to sleep, this is Sun, this is I get poisoned. That was battle points. Anyway, their whole team should get burned, but because Arcanine and Flareon are fire type, only Metagross gets burned. And there are no enemy items as well, because you get given items through the roulette. Are you Intimidate? You are not. That makes this very straightforward. I don't actually want to set up. I don't want to get burned by Flare Blitz. That's the only thing that can really go wrong. Metagross 4 getting the Meteor Mash boost as always. This is also a set 4 trainer, it's a Poker Fan. Empoleon 4 is normally a very scary trainer, very scary Pokemon, but it hasn't got its Quick Claw here. I actually missed what that was. It was one of these two, which means it's one of these two. I'm happy to let that run out. I do have Lumberry currently on Suicune and Blissey. It is a little bit of a shame to lose that. This is quite a big square. This is quite a big target. Burn, burn, speed down. Actually level up as well. This is a massive target. But I'm already guaranteed to win this game. Even if Drifblim explodes on turn 1, I'm going to win. 3 battle points. I am capped out. I have been capped out for a very long time. So yeah, it is guaranteed to be Granbull in second. Drifblim is higher attack than special attack, which means Giga Impact beats Hydro Cannon on the strongest move check. Just thinking, do I always win even if explosion does happen? Is that completely true? I think it is. I guess Granbull could crit literally every single turn. The thing is, even if it does that, I'm just going to be surfing to prevent that from happening. So, it's over. Go play scratch cards. No. I mean, Shadow Ball crit into Aftermath would be annoying. Okay. It's not even Intimidate on Granbull. Already won. That is obviously a Waitress. Waitress is a set 2. So Tyranitar 2, but it doesn't have its item. Does no item hurt or help you? No item is definitely good for the player, I would say. Because the hacks items are so annoying. The quick claws and bright powders on enemies. Focus bands, focus sashes, you don't want to deal with these as the player. The fact that I lose leftovers and stuff is not a very big deal. That'll be one of these two. A little bit concerned about this. Actually gonna go for this. That's not good. It's gonna be max speed roulette next. Okay. Max speed is still better than random roulette though. Oh, I've broken the overlay. Oh, there we go. It's a tiny bit scary to throw away speaking, potentially. Bong, 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 bong. I kind of wanted to use rest. That's annoying. It's going to be Urswing next. They both have a super effective move, but Urswing is first in the party. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. But no double paralysis. Okay. There's something I'm quite worried about here, which is Gardevoir tracing Sandveil on Garchomp. It is tricky to play around that, though. I think Urswing is guaranteed to use Hammer Arm here, right? Because it's slower. Every move kills. Yeah, it's guaranteed to Hammer Arm. I'm actually quite tempted to go to Garchomp. Garchomp substitute. The problem there is that I probably don't always kill with outrage. Yeah, I don't know. I could substitute. In fact, I probably should. The reason I should do that is because I don't want Gardevoir to double Calm Mind. If I substitute once, it will see a kill at +1, which is fine. I just don't want it to double Calm Mind. I get a free chance at getting a Sandveil dodge myself on this turn. Speed up or speed down just means the cursor for the roulette literally moves faster. Okay, the fact that I got a miss is crushing for the AI's chances of winning this. It's synchronized anyway. So, on the increased speed, the automatic stop is one tile down from wherever it starts. It's going to be increased speed for this round and the next. Pretty sure that's a breeder, which is... I mean, this team is okay. It could be worse. Pretty sure it's this. Garchomp is not very good in this match, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure it started here and therefore is going to stop here. The fact it's hailing actually helps me. Obviously, Abomasnow is going to set the hail anyway. But because it's hailing, I can actually substitute twice with Garchomp so that Outrage will always kill Ludicolo. Abomasnow is guaranteed to come in after Ludicolo because of Avalanche. So I get another Outrage into Abomasnow. And I think that Seismic Toss would always kill it after that. It's then Blissey and Suicune against Tangrowth, which can go wrong. Yeah, this is going to be a crit game, I think. If I swap to Blissey, then Ludicolo is going to use Rain Dance. Maybe I just do that. Because if Blissey is out, then Tangrowth will come in before it's hailing. It would really suck if this froze, though. If this freezes. Oh no, don't I still have Lumberry? Or was that last round? Oh my god, it's an Aroma Lady. I wasn't paying attention. It can be any set. Obviously, this is set 2 Ludicolo. In that case, I want to wait until... Oh, that's a bit annoying. I want to wait until Toxic for certain. What's a bit annoying about this is the fact that if it's Swift Swim, it can outspeed, so I do have to Thunder Wave. Yeah. It's annoying. I have to wait for it to toxic me. I can't let Garchomp get toxicked. Oh, I forgot about Lumbo as well. I'll heal once to get a bit more HP back. Gonna attempt to kill this with Earthquake. It's probably a roll. Almost. It is guaranteed to be a Abomasnow in now. Abomasnow won't be a roll. I'll have to use Outrage. Okay. It's still speed up on the roulette. Ooh, that is a nasty team. Oh, that is a really nasty team. This would be a bad time for the roulette to troll me. There's one tile down from where I start. There's a really difficult match. Donphan and Gliscor are both very good against Garchomp and Blissey. I might have to go Blissey on Donphan just to make sure that Surf kills it. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, that might be Trick Room. I need to be careful though. If I get burned, I could lose quite easily. Oh, Trick Room. That is... Oh, I might have to stop this actually. Okay, I was totally wrong. Crud. I hope that's not Suicune. Ooh. Pretty sure that was Gumph. That was Gumph, right? Gumph is set 4. Oh, I looked it up. I was hoping I'd forgotten. Okay, this is a bad scenario. It is Suicune that is frozen, which is really bad for me. What I might have to do here. It's very difficult to stall this out of Earthquakes. If I substitute, that's 2 obviously, and then go Suicune. It's just gonna Fissure me though. It's just gonna Fissure. I think I'm going to have to go Blissey. I just don't see another way around this. I'm going to have to go Blissey, and I'm going to have to just Aromatherapy. I mean, but okay, why do I need HP on Garchomp? It's obviously just Gliscor. If I substitute, then Gliscor can two-shot me with Earthquake. Outrage is a two-shot against Gliscor, but I probably don't need that to happen. I think I wonder if I should substitute. It is more likely to use Fissure. 62.5% Fissure, 37.5% to Earthquake. Oh. I'd actually probably double substitute. Yeah, EQ will do a bit over half to Garchomp. Garchomp loses to Donphan. Okay. Well, that's better than Blissey getting hit by Fissure. Boy. Well, it is now guaranteed to Earthquake on the switch to Blissey. So at least I always get Aromatherapy off, unless it crits. If it crits Earthquake, I'm in big trouble. There's a lot of things that can go wrong at this point. Please. Blissey probably does have a chance to survive 2 Earthquakes. Blissey is bulkier than Garchomp. No, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I do get Aromatherapy off though. It would be a big deal if I can survive, because Surf is a unfavourable roll to kill Donphan. I don't want to risk Fissure. Oh, no way. I could have actually switched as well, because it wasn't going to Fissure on that turn. The good thing about this is that it is going to be Magnezone in next. And it is always going to Thunderbolt. I think I always win. I mean, okay. Gliscor could crit Suicune twice with Earthquake. After high rolling or critting Garchomp. That is possible. That is incredible. That 1 HP is very funny. Yeah, it's not a 50-50, but it's like 70% that Garchomp beats Gliscor. And we've got time to try and get 500. The scariest thing about that was the fact that it was speed up roulette. So the most likely time to lose is the first match of a round. Because that's when the roulette is most stacked against you. It's a hiker. That's not good news. Dugtrio and Probopass is good news. I am quite scared of Gliscor free though. Even without its focus sash, it's a menace. What's funny about this is the best square would be Trick Room, but I think Trick Room's not possible on the first roulette. It's going to be 2 to the right of where it starts. Suicune is almost max HP in bulk. I get put to sleep. Is that acceptable? I'm actually going to aim for this. I don't want to give Gliscor Sandvale though. I might try and hedge it a bit early. That's actually the best square on the board, which is really funny. Means I don't have to risk Dugtrio free hitting Fissure. It also means I don't have to worry about Arena Trap. I could have substituted in case it was Dugtrio free actually. Because Night Slash doesn't break the sub. It's Gliscor first. So either that's Gliscor 2 or it's not Probopass 2 in the back. It is possible for Guillotine to be used on this turn. I wonder if I actually go Blissey. I'm going to go Blissey. Actually, you know what? Because of this line, it was better not to use substitute. Oh my god. Okay. Fuck. Ah. I don't lose this. The problem is that Probopass is going to get a move in against Garchomp if that hits again. I mean, if it hits all 3, actually, I lose because of Trick Room. How about I crit? How about that? It did its best. Holy. Yeah, Gliscor free. I mean, in many ways, I'm lucky. Gliscor free is scary, but it appeared on a very, very bad team. Dugtrio and Probopass are borderline useless. Bit of a weird team. Probopass was insulted. should be fine. I don't need to go for these skip squares. This match is basically a skip anyway. HP down doesn't do much. It does mean that Polito dies to Outrage, but that's about it. Yeah, this streak is ancient. Let's keep it clean and fair. How about I just mog you with Garchomp instead? The bear is starting to fly, but it's too late. That's actually quite a scary team. They could all have Trick Room potentially. The automatic stop is just team swap square. I'm not doing that. The team swap square. Team swap for content. This is match 500. I really want to use Earthquake just to find out whether or not I could have won with Team Swap. I'm going to lead off with Substitute because Bronzong 1 and 2 are actually pretty annoying. Okay, it's Bronzong 3. I want to know whether or not it's Levitate. I really actually want to know. But there's no way of safely finding out. Ooh, the early drop. You can stop getting drops. Oh, that's so annoying, actually. I need Blissey. I need Blissey for Slowbro. If I stay in here, I'm risking Psychic Crit. The sandstorm is working against me slightly. So is pressure. What if I just don't get crit? I'm pretty nervous about playing this game without Suicune. I think I'm going to serve. I didn't want to crit, actually. I didn't want to crit. It is set 4. Okay, that's... No, it's set 3. Set 3. I can't let it trickery him. I have to outrage. I mean, I am dead to Aquatail crit. It is surely correct to soft-boiled. Yeah, Avalanche, great idea. That's 500. Gold complete. The streak is now allowed to end. I don't know if I'll be able to make Mr. Mime show up, actually. Oh, I can. Because Avalanche has like a 29% chance to be used at any time, because it can get 29% to get +2. So Avalanche and Revenge can just randomly get +1, even if they're weaker. Why does Raffic only have one set? Because it's a lower tier mon, but some of the lower tier mons do appear in higher tier rosters. Pokemon like Absol 2, Jafrig 2. Technically speaking, I should be saving Garchomp here. On the other hand, Meteor Mash boost on the switch to Suicune could go wrong. It is correct to switch though. Yeah, it's just Game Freak's arbitrary decisions. That is correct. The highest tier enemies are in general the Pokemon with higher base stats, but it doesn't fully follow. Like Cypher is mid tier for some reason. What else is misplaced? Cloyster is mid tier for some reason as well. Jafrig is pretty bad. I didn't see if that was one of these two. I need to change it anyway. I mean, they suck, right? I don't know. I don't think they need to be high tier. I actually missed what item did I get? Okay. Could actually matter. I don't want to be set up fodder for Altaria. Actually, just gonna sit on rest. The drop. The drop, okay. The drop again. That is so annoying. And the crit. I'm actually at +3. +3 is enough to put pressure on Altaria. I would free shot it. Probably smarter to be at +5, but I might not be able to get that guaranteed. Yeah, I feel much... I think... being at +5 feels much better than being at +3. It is Altaria. Okay, I'm just gonna surf. Ooh, the crit. The crit. That is annoying. I'm just gonna outrage. It is going to Dragon Rush. I do have chances at getting a free miss. But let's just outrage. This is Karsten. Bit of an ugly team, actually. It's Karsten. Okay. I'm gonna have to stay in with Garchomp, which does make Gallade 4 quite scary. Maybe I have to switch. I don't like going Suicune on... I don't like going Suicune on Machamp and risking the cross chop. It would force me to surf. What is this board? Or maybe HP down is fine. I'm actually just going to accept it because I'm really worried about this. This. this, this, and this. HP down is like acceptable. It doesn't actually change very much. Suicune would still survive cross chop with a crit. Little bit scared of this match. I've got quite a strong feeling it might be better to just immediately Sword Stance. This is really difficult. Gliscor won't be a problem. I'm really quite concerned about Gallade. I am faster than Gallade with Suicune and Blissey. And Suicune does... well... I've got a HP loss. Leaf Blade's probably a roll to kill with a crit on Suicune. Think about that. Let's say I get crit by Machamp. I'm actually gonna have to Outrage. What is so ugly about that is the fact that Gallade is coming in second against Suicune if Garchomp does get crit. Gosh, do I need to set up Calm Minds? That sounds so bad. Gliscor is a very deadly Pokemon to come in at the end of that. If I do have to sacrifice Blissey to get the special defense drop. An alternative plan is that I substitute. Nope, I think I've got Outrage. Everything else is a much bigger risk. I've crit. Okay. Well, that doesn't make the game close at all. Gallade dies. Well, that's lucky. I actually kind of regret taking the HP down, but there were worse squares. Maybe it was fine. Oh my god, okay. I'm pretty sure Scientist, which means set 2. Pretty sure it's this. Obviously, Pinsir without Select Berry is quite funny. Sunny day. That would kind of suck for me, actually. I'm going to aim for one of these two. Activating Guts isn't a good idea, but Sunny day is actually worse. Okay, perfect. The real question is, does Earthquake always kill after Sand Chip? I don't think I want to risk it. I always knew you could do it, Blissey. Definitely good luck overall. Cannot complain about today. Is anyone playing Frontier? Edgy's not playing Factory. I get baited by these like stream thumbnails so badly when I see stuff like a Zapdos. And I'm like, oh, that's probably the Frontier, but no, it's always Ironmon or something. Yep, okay. That's everything. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching. I might be live tomorrow. If I'm live tomorrow, I'll be playing Battle Palace Gen 3. I am playing this streak until I lose. Yeah. It'll be every Monday until I lose. Go. See you later, guys.